So let's talk about collecting bags and selling the bags and buying the next one and buying the next one. Hi, welcome to my channel, welcome back. Thank you for joining me for this video. Today I want to do a tag video. The tag I want to do is called Am I Bag Collector or something like that. It was started a few weeks ago by Poola from YouTube channel With a Touch of Luxury. I just want to use that opportunity to say my opinions and my statement on the collecting bags and what's even more, I think, important to talk about frequent selling of the bags and buying a next one. So let's just jump into it. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Natalia and I am self-admitted shameless shopaholic, and I post on YouTube videos on how I spend my money and how I waste my money. So if you enjoy shopping, especially luxury design and handbags, but also non-luxury fashion and all the fun stuff that we women enjoy, please consider joining my Anonymous Shopaholic Club down below so we stay in this addiction together. I will start with that tag, am I a bag collector? And the very short, quick answer is yes, I am a bag collector, and I don't think that the collection means that you have to have some theme or you have to have some, like, you know, that you collect only the Chanel classic flaps or you only collect, well, I don't know, the bags in one color. For me, collection is something that I enjoy, that I see it growing, and it just makes me proud of what I have in that collection. Why I consider myself a bag collector? I guess that is part of my nature. That's how I have been designed. That I like collecting stuff, not all of it, not, you know, everything, whatever, but if I like some things, I like to have them just for the sake of having them, and I use my stuff, so it's never that I just buy a bag just purely to sit on the shelf and I will not dare to touch it. No, not at all. I always use all the bags and pretty much everything that I buy. However, I like to have choices, and I think that comes from my character, that I like to have choices, and even if I wear the bag a lot now and then I kind of stop wearing it, I will put it aside, I will maybe even take it away from the display, and then later, after some time, I might get back to it. Maybe the trends are, you know, turning around again. Maybe I just, you know, got tired of the bag at the first place, but it doesn't mean it's a bad bag and I will not like it afterwards. I do the same with my clothes, and, you know, trust me, I pull out clothes which are like 12, 15 years old sometimes. Because, if they fit, of course, because it's just, you know, happens that after some time I kind of, you know, start to feel the vibe again. So I don't really sell stuff. Another reason is because I am actually a holder, so I have very hard time to part away with things. I have very hard time to sell things, especially expensive or things that have some meaning to me. So I don't see myself selling my bags. I'm not saying that it never happens, that, you know, at some point I might actually say, like, oh, that was a wrong bag for me, I just was, like, you know, hyped up in the store or something. Of course it can happen, but you won't see me selling off, making huge vlog sales and this kind of stuff. I am a holder, I like to stick to my stuff and I like to keep it. And the next reason is, for me, like, the selling stuff off, it's pain. It's really painful. You have to take the pictures, you have to put it somewhere, or you have to sell it to consignment store. It takes a lot of time and energy to actually sell it, and if it's not a hot it bag that everybody is, you know, jumping on, it's really difficult. And I personally, maybe I cannot be bothered too much. I have actually a huge collection of contemporary bags, and I was thinking about maybe 2-3 of them to sell them, because it was just it's not me actually, and, you know, they were bought for some maybe reasons that I was, because it was, like, on sale, for example, and I actually don't feel this is my style. But I know it's gonna be pain, and I know the luxury bags are easier to sell, but it's still a hassle. And perhaps for some people that live in countries which is maybe easier, for me this would be really a hassle. This would be really difficult. So that's another reason where I learned to focus on making more money instead of making 20 bags on selling clothes or, you know, this kind of situations. But I'm not saying that this is a bad thing to sell, and I think it's very good to actually find new home for things that you don't use. It just, for me, practically, from my location, it's just a waste of energy and waste of time. I think it's more important maybe to have that in mind while you are shopping for those items, to already ask yourself, like, if I don't like it, will I be actually bothered to take this, all those steps to sell it to somebody else? Will I get actually enough money back out of it? Because that's another question. Everybody's selling, like, you can sell bags, and you will get a lot of money out of them. But I mean, that mostly applies to that, super hyped up bags. For many of those bags, you will not probably get what you have paid for them. Now let's talk a little bit about this reselling the bags. And this is something which I'm a little afraid to talk about, because I don't want to start any drama. I don't want to offend anybody, or basically none of those things that I'm going to discuss, in my opinion, are actually wrong and incorrect. I think that maybe the way it starts to turn to the bigger scale, or maybe lack of transparency by some people, and I'm mostly talking about people who are present on social media, mostly YouTube, because that's the platform that I am mostly on. It started to bother me a little bit, and to be actually frank, it actually annoys me when I start to see people selling off their bags all the time. And when you watch several channels, then at some point you are, I don't know, maybe it's only me, but I think it's more people that would notice that you see that people are just, selling, and this is sold, this is sold, this is sold. And we are talking about luxury bags. Luxury, it's meant to be special. It's meant to be luxurious. It's meant to be cherished. Of course, used as well, but there should be something special about it. I'm not really sure if it's very special if you just buy a bag and a month, 2 months later you are selling it, or even 5-6 months. Like for me, I just don't even remember when the time passed since November, for example, and we are 6 months later. So I think it's a very short time to just quickly rotate. And then it started to bother me also with that people are not really honest and transparent why they actually buy all these bags and why they are selling them. They very often don't even tell you that they are selling them. Some people are doing vlog sales. Some people are not mentioning anything. They will just make another unboxing, and then later say, oh, I sold this one, I sold this one. So I think that being on social platform, being some sort of influencer, it gives you some social responsibility. And I think there is more that people should be, not it's just my business, what I do with my money. Of course it is, but when you are actually outside there on YouTube or other platform, and you are showing to people, I bought this, I bought this, I bought this, and you are kind of not saying that you have actually sold 5 other bags to buy this one, and you see it on a big scale, like many people behaving like that, and maybe you don't realize, and some people might be actually a little bit feeling bad about themselves because, oh well, I don't have the money to actually buy this and this. And very often we will see bags like Chanel or Hermes, and I mean, these bags are like, $10,000 or euro pretty much now. Even when I look at some people, oh, another Chanel, I have quite a bit of saving for my bags, but I mean, this is quite crazy. And one of the things that maybe we should realize is that some of those people, they were actually buying Chanel bags years ago when the bags were much cheaper, and now when they sell them, actually they can make some money on them, so they were somehow investment. And then that's how they can fund another Chanel bags, because to me, dropping, I don't know, 7K on a bag, it's not something that I would be doing. Maybe on an Hermes bag. I start to have a little bit problem with this, seeing people, unboxing, and of course, if you have watched my channel, I'm unboxing a lot of things too, but you are not going to see me selling this and telling you, oh, I got another one. And that what started to bother me, that people are not transparent about it. Some of them are. And of course, I'm not throwing, and I don't mean to throw any names here, because that's not the point. The point is because it's like a general observation that I have, and something that I kind of don't like to see on that level. And also, I think it should be more spoken about, and people should be more considerate of how they are projecting to the society, how they are projecting to other people watching them, and how they make this feel. And another thing that I also adds to that, in my opinion, is that this way of consuming luxury, it actually turns luxury into fast fashion, like fast, expensive fashion. It starts to feel like it's a next bag, a next bag, a next bag. Another annoying thing is that people will say that they are decided to downsize their collection, and they are, because they want to turn into more minimalistic thing, and they are like, downsizing, they are becoming like luxury minimalist or something like that. And then a few weeks later you see another unboxing. It's just kind of not genuine. I don't know, I feel like people are behaving a little weird. I appreciate when somebody is really honest, like I don't know, I didn't want to say names, but for example, Lu, she was saying like, I had to sell this bag because I wanted to buy another one. I appreciate that honesty, like being so transparent that I wanted badly this one, and I think I can buy this one later because it's not gonna be out of stock, or like it's not a seasonal item. I can rebuy this one, so I have to get rid of it now because I really, really want that one. And this is something that I appreciate, that honesty, telling you that that's the way it is, not just presenting yourself as you have endless amount of money and you are just, buying and buying. And I get it that unboxings are getting a lot of clicks. I know that my unboxings are getting a lot of clicks, and I click on unboxings too. I like to see those items. I like to see the close-up, or like, it's entertaining, and I totally agree. I like watching unboxings. However, when I see that somebody's unboxing and then another bag is sold, like I think you get my point, that when I see that this person is unboxing another bag and it kind of doesn't maybe stands with what this person was saying in some other previous videos, it doesn't feel that something is not right just for me. And I think it's very important to just be more clear about it. I think it should be more responsibility in this, telling people that, yeah, okay, I have to sell some bags because I'm collecting money for the new season bags. There is another thing which is happening, which I didn't pick it up that well myself, but I know some YouTubers already even spoken about it, that people would buy a bag just to unbox it and send it back. And they also don't say it that they are going to send it back. I've seen maybe a couple of times somebody was saying like, oh, I bought it, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it, I will return it. And you know what? I would be actually very okay with YouTubers saying like, okay, I ordered this bag because I really want to see it in person and I want to show it to you. I want to make a video about this bag, but I'm not going to keep it. And I think that's a very respected way of making a video of new unboxing, when you are actually saying like, I want to see the bag, I want to share it with you, I think that bag is cool. But I cannot, basically in between lines, say like, I cannot keep everything, I cannot buy everything, so I will send it back. Another thing which I don't mind is also when some bigger YouTubers, they are collaborating with Farfetch, for example, or I don't know, another website, and they are showing you a selection of bags under, I don't know, €1,000 or something like this. And I don't mind that. It doesn't mean that they have to buy all of them, that they are maybe sent to them just for showing to the people, so you can actually give people better overview on the bag, and you have selected the bag because you like it for some reason. Does not mean that you cannot suggest it, that you don't like it, and maybe some people are actually needing those shots or this close-up of the bag and see it on the video, on the camera. So I don't mind that. Hope I made my points here in a way that is not offensive, that doesn't really attack anybody, because I don't want to attack anybody. I think we should be more considerate of what we are putting outside, how we are making other people feel, how we are pretending maybe, and also how we are turning that luxury fashion into fast luxury fashion or fast expensive fashion. And I hope it really came across in a good way. As I said at the beginning, none of those practices is wrong in my opinion. I think it's totally okay to sell bags if you really love some other bag and you really have to sacrifice them. I think occasionally it's all good. Like you buy luxury bags so you can sell them for at least a big part of your money or half of your money that you spent when you need the money or when you want to buy another bag. But I don't think that this should be happening to the level I see it's happening, and possibly it will be even escalating more. So this was my main point, to be more transparent, to be more honest and genuine with this, how we are affording luxury basically. With this amount of money that we are spending on the bags and how we are making other people feel, I really do think that we have some social responsibility in being more honest with people who are watching us and following us. And I would like to hear your opinions on that. So if you have made it till the end of that video and you are here, really please leave me a comment, leave me what you think about it. And yeah, what would you like to see in that luxury YouTubers space? What kind of changes, what bothers and annoys you in YouTubers? Let's not throw in names, because it's not the point of offending and attacking anybody, because I guess the luxury community is also relatively new. It's just probably a few years since this is happening. So I think we also need some development. So we have to basically work on our community to keep it a very nice and lovely place, instead of turning into some kind of nasty place, right? Thank you for your time, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care guys. Bye.